Hey there, my dear and fellow entrepreneurs. So I'm back here to give you an update on the month of March of my master degree in Entrepreneurship and Innovation at Lund University. So that was from week 27 to week 31st, and that takes the complete month of March. All right, so I'm gonna go into detail. So let's just jump to it and rolling. Hello ladies and gentlemen, so this is Thiago Mazio from BritzLink.com. If you guys are not subscribed yet, please consider subscribing. We here talk all about how to create your own business, and I also describe my experience as a Lund University student at the Masters of Entrepreneurship and Innovation. So just subscribe, hit the notification bell so you get notified whenever I post a new video. And just leave me one of these bad boys right here because they help me a lot as well. All right, so let's get started. So on the week 27 of the master, so that was from March 1st to March 5th, we had the advisory board meeting. So we needed to prepare a presentation for the advisory board. So what happened is we had one previously that I mentioned in my previous videos. So we got advisors, so they are mainly our mentors, and we also can invite other people to be part of the advisory board, as well as one lecturer and also another group from our class. So they will all give you insights and feedback on your business ideas. So from this first meeting, the advisory board gave us some milestones to achieve until this stage. So we had to prepare this presentation to share what we have done so far and how we dealt with all the issues that we needed to do in order to achieve those milestones. Of course, we didn't need to be fully finished with all the milestones they gave us, but we should at least give an explanation why or why not we achieved that milestone and what were the difficulties on it. All right, so that was pretty much it for the week 27. Of course, we always were working on the thesis on the side because both the entrepreneurial project and the thesis are happening simultaneously, so we need to divide the workload and do that. All right, so for the week 28, that was from March 8th to March 12th. We had a seminar 2 for the entrepreneurial project. So we have done and presented our pitch deck draft. All right. So we created a draft for the pitch deck, which is a more informative pitch deck. So it had all our journey as a startup, how we got there, and our NABC analysis, competition. So we talked about everything related to our business idea. And we did it a pitch deck for people to read, not for you to pitch for investors or whatever. So it's more of an informative pitch deck. So we have created that. And during this seminar, we presented to our class and we received feedback, and we also gave feedback for our peers as well. So that was pretty interesting. After that, we got the Dragons at the University workshop. So I probably mentioned what the Dragons at the University is in my previous videos, but if you don't know what it is, it's basically a version of Dragon's Den, or if you're not familiar with Dragon's Den, Shark Tank. If you're not familiar with any of those programs, it's basically a program where entrepreneurs go there to pitch their business ideas to real investors. And those investors are the host of the show, and they can either invest or not invest in the business ideas that people present to them. All right, so that's pretty interesting and very nice to see. So if you've never seen these programs, just check them out. They're really nice. And we had that at the university. So we had to prepare a pitch deck, not the same as we just mentioned about the pitch deck draft, because that was more to people to read. So we had to prepare one more visual to present to the dragons, let's sort of say, to people who would be our investors. All right. So for this workshop, we had to present our business ideas for some mentors that were present in our session. and they helped us on what we needed to do to improve our pitch, okay? Because that would be part of one competition from the university, which they call Dragons at the University, all right? So for the next week, on the week 29th, that was from March 15th to March 19th, we had the supervision 2, but this time for the master thesis. So before 2 days, always before the supervision, we had to hand in the material for our supervisors to read it. So for this workshop, for this supervision, we had to hand in the chapter 1 and 2 of our master thesis. So that was the introduction and theoretical framework. And we also had to provide them with our research question, all right? So during the supervision, we had to present it to all our groups and for the supervisors. So the supervisors saw our presentation and how we presented it. They read our papers and they gave us feedback on our paper. And we also gave feedback to another group that we were assigned to, all right? So that was really nice, but very difficult and challenging, because to get done with all those chapters, you have to read a lot of theory, but it was very interesting because at least you get to choose a topic you're going to talk about. So we chose something interesting. I'm talking about circular economy and the 3D printing. So it was very interesting for me to get that done. All right. So after that, we had the semifinals of the Dragons at the University that we just mentioned. All the groups were present in the semifinals, but this time, instead of just pitching for the coaches and getting feedback, we would just pitch and not get the feedback. And each of the mentors would give us a grade, and they would select a few of these companies to go to the finals. All right. And so the mentors did that selection. Unfortunately, my group did not pass to the finals, but that was very interesting to see and to pitch everything and to participate in that competition. So I'm definitely supportive of this part of the program, because that was very interesting. You seem like you're in a TV show and you feel the adrenaline. Even though it was online, it was very nice and we could participate. It was very interactive. So you got to pitch and you see all the other groups pitching. So you could see already what are the good points from one pitch compared to the other. So that was a very nice interchange of information right there. So the mentors chose, I believe it was 6 companies to go to the finals, which happened on the following week, on the week 30, from 22nd of March to 26th. All right. So there you had the finals of the Dragons at the University. So 6 companies pitched, and they had several prizes. All right. I don't recall by top of my mind which prizes there were, but the winners, they got prizes that were cash. That was cash prizes for them. All right. So that was very interesting. So the winner of the entire competition was a company named Coachsome, which is very interesting startup. I'm gonna leave a link for their website in the description of this video. Coachsome is a company created by Peter, who is a professional basketball player. He's in my class, and he created a platform that connects trainers with people that wants to get coached. All right, so this platform links coaches to people who wants to train, just like Airbnb does with housing. His app does for coach. All right, so that's very interesting. So I recommend you take a look at his startup. He already has the platform developed, so that was really nice to see how he pitched that. All right, so after that we got to do the submission for the research method seminar, also for the master thesis. So we had to develop the chapter 3 for the master thesis. So we needed to see what research method we would use, if it would be a quantitative or qualitative, all that kind of stuff, and to define which method you're going to use if you're going to conduct interviews or questionnaires. So there's a bunch of ways to do it. and you needed to develop that on chapter 3 of your thesis. All right, so that was due on the week 30th. And for the week 31st, we had the research method seminar. So that happened between 29th of March until the 2nd of April. All right. And so we did that seminar and we presented how we would do our research, and then we would get feedback from our supervisors and also from our classmates on what we should improve, how we could do things better. All right. So that was quite good. And after that, we had the Venture Cup submission. I already talked about the Venture Cup in my past videos, but if you don't know what it is basically a Scandinavian business plan competition. All right, so that's another competition, not like the Dragon Dance, because you don't have to present anything. So everything is online. You just write things down. You can also submit a video with a pitch, but it's not mandatory. But basically you have to describe in the website what your NABC structure is. So need, approach, benefits, and competition. And you can provide some extra information on that. And people will evaluate, and if you win, you will also get a prize. All right, I'll leave a link in the description about Venture Cup so you can check it out as well to see more details on that. All right, that was pretty much it. And then we had a drop-in session on week 31st. That was optional, so it happened from 7:30 to 8:30 at Central European time, so it doesn't match with any other classes or activities. And that was optional because of the timing, and people just jump in to give a heads up with our program director Craig and discuss anything that they want to talk about. So if it is the deliveries, if they're having problems with their thesis or the entrepreneurial project, any questions they might have, so people just join those sessions and discuss with Craig, who is the director of the program, and he will try to find the best solution for that. So after that, we had the last activity from the week 31st, and that was a sales workshop with one of our classmates. All right, so he studies with us, so his name is Nicholas Meyer, and he's the co-founder of VAESKT. I hope I pronounced that correct. I'll also leave a link in the description here for his company. And he's a partner from the guy from Coachsome, Peter. So that was interesting as well. But he has already this company, VAESKT, that used to provide services for Lund University. And now I don't think they're doing it right now, but he did this workshop with us talking about sales, but it was mainly B2B sales. B2C is not his strong side, but he's very used to B2B sales, and he gave a very nice workshop on how you should conduct your sales in a B2B environment and how you can improve yourself and your company for that. So that was really interesting to see that, although my plans is to move with a B2C, so I still would like to see one workshop like towards B2C, because B2B was interesting for all of the companies and startup ideas that are working with B2B, but in my course there are a lot of companies that are focusing on B2C. So that would be really nice if Craig could get a workshop that would focus on B2C as well and show some strategies on how to promote stuff on Facebook, Google ads, and Bing ads, and how to conduct those things and leverage your sales on online platforms and stuff like that, more focused to the final consumer. All right, so that was pretty much it for the month of March, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this update on the program. If you have any questions, always can send me a message or just write down something in the comment section right down below here. And that's pretty much it. I hope you guys got the admission results already. If you did, just leave here, I got accepted and I want to learn more. I'm happy to do a call with you guys. And answer some of your questions. All right. So thank you very much, and I see you guys on my next video.